Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In our previous video, we spoke about slicing strings. Continuing with the Python strings playlist, we will speak about string concatenation in this video. Okay, so what is string concatenation is whenever you want to concatenate multiple strings, like in simple words, if you want to join multiple strings, in that is what we call it as string concatenation. Okay, so there are many ways in how you can perform string concatenation. Let's see the most popularly or most commonly used ways in how to ways in how you can concatenate string in Python. Okay, first very simplest method is using the plus operator. So in using plus operator, you can easily concatenate two strings. So here, if you look at it, I have declared two strings. One is X is Python and Y is called programming. If I want to concatenate these two strings, I can just use a plus operator, z equal to x plus y, and finally I'm printing the value z. So by using plus operator, you can easily concatenate two strings, right? So let's try to run and see this. Now if I run this, yeah, now it printed me Python programming, so it concatenated me both the values. Okay, so this is a very basic way of concatenating two or multiple strings. Okay, so if I want to add another variable called z also, I can do this. So maybe I will add another variable called a equal to hello. If I want to add a as well, if I want to concatenate a as well, then I would use plus a. So now it will print Python programming hello. So this is very basic way of concatenating strings. Okay, so next way is using join method. So join is again looking into an example. Again, I have two strings x and y Python programming. Join method using so if you look at the syntax here, z equal to I've used double quotations here. I've used double quotation two times, and I'm using dot join method to combine to concatenate both these strings. Okay, so let me try to run and show this. Using join method, I can easily concatenate both these strings. So yeah, now it printed Python programming. It concatenated these two strings x and y. In case if I want to add some space between it, inside double quotes, I can add some spaces. Now it printed both spaces between my two strings Python programming. If I want to add multiple spaces also, I can do that. Okay, so this is another alternate way of using string concatenation. Okay, so and finally, not finally, like next way of using concatenating is using percentage operator. So percentage operator, again, I'm taking the same example where I have two strings x and y, and here I'm using percentage yes, which actually um, reads the string one, so it will read the string one. Again, I'm defining another string percentage yes, which will read the string two. Now, what this percentage will do is this percentage will concatenate both the strings. So, using this percentage symbol, I'm just calling those two variables x and y. So, by this means you can concatenate both the strings. Okay. Yeah, this is another way of concatenating strings. Next way is using format function. So again, this is something similar to our uh, um, previous method, like using percentage operator. This is something very similar, but only difference is you are using format function here. Like so, I've defined two sample square brackets. I have defined square brackets two times here, which denotes I'm planning to concatenate two strings x and y. So I'm just calling the variables x and y using format method. So this is another way of how we can concatenate two strings. Okay, so yeah, now it concatenated both the strings. So this is and the next type is next very simplest way to concatenate two strings is to use comma operator. I'm just I again have two strings, and using comma operator I'm just concatenating and printing both the strings, as simple as that. Okay, so this is another simplest way of concatenating two strings. And finally, I have one of the uh, favorite this is my most favorite concatenate operation. The reason is because in all previous methods, you might have some restrictions where you might you might not be able to concatenate few strings and all, right? Whenever you work with some operators like addition, whenever you work with bytes or byte arrays, and in those kind of situations, the previous concatenation operations will have some restrictions. Whereas with F string, F string you can concatenate all type of operations, all kind of strings, so it will not be a problem at all. So this is one of my favorite one. But only point to note here is it will work only with Python version above 3.6. Okay, so in the below version this will not work. So if you're using Python version 3.6 or above, then this will work. So what I've done here is, again, I have two strings x and y. So one thing to note here is, like, I've called a word f here at the beginning of the string. I have called a word called f. So with this operation, I can define my string here, and I can actually call my uh, expected string. Like, I want to call x here, y here, and I want to call x here. So this is another way of how you can concatenate string. Okay. So yeah, now if it printed the entire statement. I like programming, and I love to code in Python. So this is one of the most commonly used string concatenation method once Python 3.6 is introduced. Okay. Now we learned about all types of string concatenation, but the main question that arises for everyone is, like, which one to use. Okay, is it okay to use any simpler operations like plus or comma? Yes, you can use this, but my recommendation is to use join whenever possible. This is the best practice from a performance point of view, as well, and also from utilization point of view. I would suggest you to use join method. So this is the most favorite part for me personally, because it has with other string concatenation operations you might have some restrictions, whereas with join you might not have those restrictions at all. Okay, so if you are using anything Python less than Python 3.6, then probably I would suggest you to go with join method, because whenever you are working with huge strings, or like maybe ever maybe strings which spreads across multiple lines, and if you want to perform concatenate operations multiple times, then I would suggest you to go with join method. Okay. So yeah, that's all what I want to cover as part of the string concatenation video. In case if you have any queries on the topics discussed, please post it into the comment section. Thank you.